Hello my lovelies and welcome back to Allotment of the Dead. I've got the sun in my eyes because it's an absolutely gorgeous day today. Surprisingly, at the end of March, I think we're up to the 30th of March today, and it's been about 20 degrees, maybe even hotter. So the warmth is really coming in now. So I think it's about time to get sowing everything else that I need to plant for this season. And I've got a lot. I didn't realize quite how many things I'd actually left this late, and I've got probably a lot of seeds to deal with. Crikey. I'll put a little video up in the corner of this one and show you how my sunflowers and my basils are doing. Absolutely brilliant. They've been in the polytunnel, started them off in the polytunnel, no problems at all. Fingers crossed they're going to continue, and I'm hoping we're not going to have any horrible massive kind of minus figure frosts coming up, but we'll see. And I'm genuinely thinking about getting that propane heater on and bringing the chili plants down. I know it's early, but I'm going to have to. Right, let's show you what I'm planning on planting in April. So we have an absolute load of stuff here. So the first thing we'll have a look at is cucumbers, and we've got probably 4 or 5 varieties that we'll do. So we'll do some nice small retina or petit ver de Paris ones. We're going to try and grow some more Sikkim cucumbers. They are the brown varieties that we grew last year, because they made absolutely fantastic bear claw pickles, which you're still eating. Absolutely gorgeous flavour to it, because you add a little bit of things like cinnamon and stuff like that to the mix. So it's a pickled cucumber, but really tasty. And we're going to try and grow some of these West Indian bird gherkin cucumbers, little tiny variety, almost like the wild type, those ones. So we're going to give those a go. And we're going to grow some more of the Chinese schlangen. That sounds absolutely rude, but we'll try and grow some of those. And I've got hopefully some Carmen in here. Carmen are the variety that they use a lot for the giant cucumbers. So we're going to try some of those. Hopefully I've got some. I've got some Telegraph Improved. They're really good usually. And I've got some new Dragon's Egg ones, which are a mini cucumber variety. It doesn't look like I've actually got any Carmen. I'm going to have to pick some of those up, because it is by far the best cucumber for really long and really tasty cucumbers. So we'll give those a go anyway. I'm going to try and plant some early melons. I'm going to try and plant a few more of these towards the end of April, but I'm going to start a few off early. So we've got some really nice bright ones, so Tigger and Rich Sweetness, and I've got another one here, or another couple here from Red Dragon. So we've got some more Rich Sweetness, so fresh seeds, and some Madhuras, originating in India. So it sounds quite in India. So it's a bit of actually translates to honey melon. So we'll give those a go. We'll plant some of those a bit earlier though, just so we can actually get things moving. I've got my parsnips to get in the ground. I've dug the area over, so I just need to get those planted. Again, parsnips, if you're going to grow them, new seed, and probably kind of mid-March to any time now, get them in the ground. I'm going to get my kale started. I should have got these started some time ago, and I've probably got about 4 or 5 varieties I'm going to grow this year. And as well as that, I'm going to grow some other varieties of brassicas, like sprouts, kaleets maybe, and we'll see how they go. And the other things I need to start off with some of my herbs. So I've already started the basil, so I've got the cilantro to go in the ground. I've got some dill, Robin Garden sent me some dill as well, so hopefully I can find that. I don't know where I put it. Hopefully I can find that. We're going to try and grow some more of these Ense water spinach and lemongrass. Lemongrass grew really well last year. We had that quite tasty. And we're going to try and grow some coriander in some separate little I've got some polystyrene boxes, so I'm going to try and grow it in those again this year. We'll grow some purslane, really tasty, and we'll grow some more of that ice plant, so mesembryanum. That was what I was growing inside the, well, what was at the aubergine house last year, which hopefully, as long as my jalapenos have grown okay, will be the jalapeno house this year. So we'll grow that again, and I might grow some more wormwood actually, because that's growing well in the jalapeno house. So plenty of herbs to start off. We watch a news channel called NHK, and they always do these really, really good programs about Japanese vegetables and what they're growing. So we've tried a few of those over the years, and that's why I kind of got the idea for the Ense water spinach and things like that. Some beetroot, we'll get some beetroot growing in the ground. We'll start them off in some of these pots. Got lots of these pots kicking around, so hopefully we will start a few off in those. Get some carrots started in my carrot bed. I did replant some a while back, but I don't think they grew over that winter period, but we'll see how that goes. Sweet corn. I'm going to grow some sweet corn this year on one of the other plots at the top there, and I'm going to start this probably the end of April. They always do really, really well, but that wind going across this particular plot knocked them all down a couple of years back, and the rats ended up eating the harvest, so that was a bit unfortunate. Courgettes, I normally grow about 6 varieties, and this year is probably going to be no different. So I've got Black Beauty, I've got zucchini, that's kind of your normal, is this actually a yellow zucchini? We've got a Black Beauty, Romanesco, which I think looks a bit like that. That's almost the Romanesco kind of look. Italian varieties I've got in here as well, and I've got some Sunshine, so some nice yellow varieties. So I've got quite a few. I mean, that there is loaded with courgette seeds, so we'll grow a few different types of those. One plant is probably going to last a family of 6 probably for 5 years. Okay, it's a bit of an exaggeration, but courgettes, they are really, really prolific. They give you a lot of fruit, as long as you keep harvesting them. You keep harvesting them, they will keep coming. We'll start off some rocket, so we'll get that started as well, and some lettuce. So we've got a few varieties of lettuce in there, and it's time to start the pumpkins and squashes. So we've got, again, probably about 15-20 different kinds of pumpkin in here. Again, I'm going to start them down the plot this year. I'm just going to stick them in the polytunnels and hope for the best. Hopefully they'll be nice and what's the word, weathered in before I get them out in the ground. So hopefully it won't be too much of a stress for them when I finally put them out. And then again, the squashes, they're all going to be growing vertically this year. So we've got honey nut squash, absolutely gorgeous flavours to those. Lots, again, different shapes, sizes. This one here, Gelbert Englisher custard, absolutely gorgeous flavour. Get my tromboncinos and my snake gourd in as well. And we've got, again, some new varieties. Getty Okasim. So this was by a Miami tribe in Indiana. So lots of American varieties this year. So we'll try some of those. Lots of seeds from Real Seeds this year, though. because they do some really interesting varieties like blue banana winter squashes. I've got a shark's fin melon, and I've got one called butterbush butternut squash. So some of these varieties are new to Real Seeds. They're kind of trial ones, so I'm going to try some of those. Absolutely fantastic variety, and as you know, I do like my variety. Looking at the, oh crikey, that's a weird looking spider. I've got a gold coloured spider. Oh, it's a beetle, a gold coloured beetle down here. Weird. In terms of spring onions, I've got a load of spring onions to try as well, so we'll get those in the ground. My giant onions are doing okay, not fantastic, but they're doing okay. They're still growing at least. So we'll plant some spring onions, we'll get them going. I've got a thing here called unusual. So these are all the unusual vegetables that I grow. Includes the tomatillos that I've already planted. Okra, I'm not going to do okra this year, basically because previous years they've kind of grown. I've got some nice size plants, but then they've not really given me much. I've got samphire this year, so we'll try some of that. Sea fennel's the other name for this, and it says sow direct joint autumn and spring. So we'll do that. It takes approximately 6 to 8 weeks to germinate. Wow, that's a long time. Okay, we'll try that. And I'm going to try some bitter melon. Now, I've grown these inside the polytunnels before, and they've grown really well. I'm going to try some outside here against the poison garden thing here. So we'll try some of those outside this year. I'm really hoping for a really nice hot summer this year, but we'll see how that goes. I've got some soya beans, and I've got some, I'm not going to grow guano. Guano, I've tried that 2-3 years back, and again, got some really nice plants, really nice fruit, but they didn't really ripen very well, and they didn't really give me much in the way of something edible. I didn't really like the taste, to be honest. And last but not least at the moment is my flowers. So I've got some Morning Glory. So this again is a toxic seed. If you eat this seed, you will get an hallucinogenic kind of psychedelic effect. So this was used previously in the past as a gateway drug almost. People would take this and they'd chew the seeds and things, and you'd end up getting kind of high off that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to plant them. But these are 10 years old, these seeds. So I'm going to see whether I get anything from them. It's either throw them away or try them. So I'm going to try them. We'll see what happens with those. In terms of my flowers, I've already still got some little, what were they called? The Japanese rose. I've got some of them still growing. I've got about 10 plants, I think, maybe, and they're tiny still. So hopefully they'll get to the stage where you can pot them on. I've got multiple different cosmos. So again, I do like my cosmos. I'll be growing some of those. Again, lots of nasturtium, nice edible nasturtium. I've got a load of nasturtium already self-seeded in the polytunnels, and I'll probably leave them for a bit and see what happens. I've got again some more marigolds here, Taggets, Durango Flame, and another one here called Kilimanjaro. So we'll grow some of those. And I've got again lots of cosmos, candy stripe, absolutely gorgeous colours. Some more marigolds. I've got some poppies. I might throw a few poppies around just willy-nilly on the plot. They generally self-seed, and we'll see how they go. Some Love in the Mist. So this is the Nigella. So this is the same sort of stuff that you get for your to feed the birds, and sometimes you get these self-seeded from the bird seed. But again, really nice colour to these. And I've got some Where are we? Canary creeper. So I've got one of those. I saw some of these growing last year at I think it was Hidcote, and they were really nice. So I'm going to try and grow some of those in a pot and grow them up one of the surrounds here, and we'll see how they go. So lots to plant, lots to do, and probably not a massive amount of time to do it, but we'll see how it goes. So that's what I'm planting, or I'm thinking I'm going to be planting in April. Hopefully I will get around to sowing all of these, and I will give some of these a go today. I'll get some planted up today and into the polytunnels, and we'll see how they do. Right, that's it for today, and I've got a busy time ahead of me, so all the best, guys. Take care. Bye bye.